Sorry, I was muted. Hey, chat, how's everyone doing? I don't have anyone in my chat right now, which is annoying because I need some input on something. Sorry, and I know that wasn't as long as a wait as earlier today. Um, I did get something to eat for these videos as well. I don't know how well you guys see that. It probably looks terrible, but it's just peanut butter, Greek yogurt, banana, and some nuts. Yeah, I had a pretty hard workout today. I don't know if I'm looking swole or not, but that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyways, the reason I'm bringing up the workout and the pump and everything is we are going to be talking about fitness today. Today is the first fitness episode, and I'm really excited. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to yap for a little bit first up because I do want to talk about this. It's nighttime right now, and I have absolutely no light anywhere in my house. Except for on my monitor. So this is like what's showing at me. Does this look good? Like, does this look better? Or does it look better when I turn on my light? And obviously I'm not going to do it at the max setting, but if I put it on a dimmer mode, and then does that look better? I need an answer. This, if I did this, you wouldn't be able to tell what time of day it was. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. But I'm probably going to leave it like this, just because, when you pay $70 for a light, you better use it, right? But yeah, I'm really excited to eat this, by the way. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Pipe in, lock in, chat. We're about to react to some videos, and this is going to be a banger episode, I think. Yeah, let's get into it. So, this is Fitness Episode 1, Physiques Women Prefer. So, let me preface something real quick. This is not going to be the most interesting topic. I already know. I'm starting with all the boring stuff in all of the streams that I'm doing. I'm starting with the most boring topics in each subject, right? So yeah, physiques women want. We all mostly know the answer to this, right? But this is the reason why most guys start working out. It's like the subconscious reason, right? To look good for women. That's what it is, right? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying this is why you should work out, and I have a whole slide about this, I think. Let me check. Yeah, I have a whole slide explaining like you shouldn't work out for the validation of other people, men or women, whatever. But hey, this is just informational, right? This is just for your knowledge. I can't I'm what's the word? I'm trusting that we're all sensible people here with a good degree of maturity and responsibility. I don't believe I'm handing a razor blade into the hands of a baby right now. I'm handing a razor blade into the hands of a mature, responsible individual and I intend on you shaving your face instead of cutting yourself. Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but yeah, this is why most dudes get into working out. So that's why. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of talks about it, and yeah. Now, this is not something I'm very knowledgeable about in fitness. What I want to do in this fitness series is have on my friend who's a boxer. He's an amateur. He's an amateur boxer, but he's turning pro pretty soon, I think. Although he does want to go to the Olympics, which the next one isn't happening in 2 years. I guess. I don't know. I need to catch up. I need to catch up with him on that again. I'm not too close with him. We only really talk for media stuff, but yeah, I need to get more in the talks with him to have him back on, and because I have interviewed him before, but it was I don't think it was very good. I asked good questions, but I don't know and this is completely my fault for the record. He was really good and easy to work with. It was on me But you know, like the way I edited it, it wasn't the best. But that's I'm being hypercritical of myself right now. But um, yeah, okay. And I also want to talk about most of my interest when it comes to fitness is going to be, and when I say fitness, this is also going to be like lifestyle, like health stuff, right? So most of it's going to be like ancient training methods used by, you know, um, I just want to talk about fitness. Like that might sound stupid, but there's a big range of it, right? You have old school boxers, you have Russian wrestlers, you have uh way back when the Spartans, how did the Spartans train? How did the Vikings train? Right? And then you fast forward to, you know, the what was it, the 70s, 80s, how like Mike Mentzer's training philosophy and the kind of training that he preached, right? And like how different bodybuilders train, and you know, I want to talk about all of that. So I hope this is going to be a really good series. Yeah, let's get into it. So let's get into the slides that we got here. So yeah, like I said, preface: speaking for personal experience, physical training for the sole purpose of attracting girls will leave you empty inside. This video is purely informational and is to help us better our understanding so that we can make decisions based on our individual goals. Yeah, yeah. Um, if you ask me, I'm always gonna say, yeah, everyone wants to get in shape. Everyone wants to look good, right? I'm always gonna say your reason for doing so. Yeah, there could be a girl involved, or yeah, you wanna attract more girls. Sure, that can be part of it, but don't let your sole identity be attracting. Just I just want to like get people's eyes on me. That's an empty way to live. Um, yeah. All right. So this first video is going to be from Renaissance periodization. A little bit of a warning before we get into this guy's videos. He does have some crude humor that I particularly do not appreciate that much. I don't know. I just find it a bit weird. I'm not necessarily an anti-humor guy. Like I find a lot of things funny. I a lot of the jokes he makes me feel more uncomfortable than funny in like at all, like you know that if that makes sense. But I do have a decent sense of humor. I think it's just we're different people. Nothing particularly wrong with him. Um, or his sense of humor, but it can be pretty inappropriate. I doubt I have a lot of families watching. Just parents be beware. Sorry, parents beware of this. But yeah, it's a really good channel. This guy is actually really. This guy has a PhD in exercise science, I think, of some kind. Anyways, he's a really. I don't know his name. I think first name. I don't know his name. I think his first name's Mike, but he's got a lot of really in-depth educational material on fitness and everything, and I don't know why it's not letting me zoom out. I don't know why it's not doing that. And then we have, yeah, okay, and then we have some of from my one of my favorite YouTubers back in 2022 2023, Joe Phaser. This guy's a fitness YouTuber and he's just interviewing girls and these. And then we're going to cover the same topic in episode 2 because I didn't want to sit here for an hour and react to literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos in one sitting. This one seems to be put together pretty well as far as like video editing, but it's not from a huge channel, I don't think. And then this is obviously Jesse James West. I think he's close to 10 million subscribers if he hasn't hit it already. And yeah, he's just also interviewing girls. Uh, that being said, I do also want to preface. Guys are like this too in a lot of ways, I'm sure. But you don't want to take the interviews from girls to be 100% like that's what like a, men and women don't always know what they want. Both, this applies to both genders. We don't always know what we want, right? A girl might say that she wants a dad bod. Like this is a classic example. Is like a lot of girls say that Henry Cavill in Man of Steel, where he has all the body hair and his shirt off, and you know he's walking in like the ice lake or whatever. Like he's walking out of the ice lake and he's putting on clothes and his shirt is off and he's got all his body hair and all these muscles. And they say that that's like what they mean as a dad bod, right? And that's what they think a dad bod is. And it's like, well, you can actually see his abs. He's actually in much better shape than most people are. Another big one is like Tom Hardy. He's like this actor who's in phenomenal shape, and they say that he's got a dad bod. Like that's not a dad bod. Like a dad bod is like, you know, a beer belly or whatever. Oh, that's like the stereotypical dad bod, right? But yeah, and this operates with men very similarly. So yeah, let's get right into it. Also, I'm probably not going to do an episode on what men find attractive in women. I mean, I might, like, as far as the physique goes, I might, but the only reason I'm doing this is because I am a guy and I think I might actually have some thoughts to contribute to this. Yeah, let's get into it, man. All right, earbuds are going in. I need to clean these out. Okay, earbuds are going in. Also, on this first video, I don't know, I might pause it a lot if I disagree with him or whatever, or if I have something to add. I might pause it a lot, but I am going to be chowing on this whenever I can. So I'm going to mute my mic so you don't hear me chewing. But I have a feeling I'm going to have more to say on these videos from Joe Phaser. So I think I'm going to mostly be reacting to this. Oh, sorry, you can't even see mine. I said I'm probably going to have more to say on these ones. I'm probably going to be mostly reacting to this because he's just way smarter than me. And, you know, he has a freaking PhD in what we're talking about. So I don't think he has a PhD in female attraction, but he has a PhD in exercise science. I might have, who knows? It might be the other way around where I'm mostly reacting here, but this is what I'm just guessing. I haven't watched all these videos all the way through because I want to get my real reaction for the stream. But yeah, let's get into. But that's my prediction: is I will probably be listening for most of this video from Renaissance periodization, very big channel, and then I will probably be talking more in these. Yeah, let's get into it.
A lot of guys are like extremists. Well, I heard you're supposed to be lean and then girls like you. And you're like, oh, I'm at 1%. Body fat, Cindy. Do you love me? That's not
this guy is funny.
Because typically women that are into men are into
this guy is funny.
Men. And then you have social skills to work on. Hello?
Yeah.
Mike. Kelsey?
That was funny.
Hello.
Okay.
I'm Dr. Mike. That's my name. Today, I have a pressing subject to discuss with all of you. The working title for this video is not something we can post. It is called The 4 Essentials for a Fudge Boy Physique. Now, fudge wasn't the original term. You guys are clever. You can figure out what it was. What do women actually find attractive in the bodies of males? Ooh, and there are so many male bodies to examine. And I did just that for this video. Scott, how many males did I look at and touch with my own hands to get the proper understanding of what us females were looking for this video?
Dude, honestly, a lot. I've been around Mike for the last few years, folks, and man, he's looked at and touched so many shirtless men.
So many.
Yeah, hundreds, literally.
Literally hundreds of men. So the question today is, what do females...
It's a bodybuilding joke. It's a bodybuilding joke. I don't think he's gay. If he is, you know, no judgment. You make your own choices.
actually find attractive in a male physique? We're not talking about personality, because you know, big biceps, that doesn't matter. I'm kidding, I'll get to that. Versus what a lot of us gym bros think that females like. And there's a bit of a difference, but some overlap. And really, the other question is, kind of the answer is, do women like muscular guys? Yes, of course they do. Stop it, shut up. All right, well, Arnold has spoken. And that's the end of the video. Oh, hold on a sec. We can dig a little deeper, and we can find out just how much muscle women actually find attractive. And if you gain that level of jackness and that shape, then you give women what they want, and then they can use you to breed and discard you like the trash that you are, which is kind of hot. Yeah.
It's not hot. It's not hot. It's not hot. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to have to this guy, it's humor. All right. You got to understand that this is like twisted humor. This isn't, he doesn't actually think any of this, right? But I have to clarify because I want to maintain my own image. Okay. Let's keep going.
Yeah. All right. 4 essentials. Four fingers, Mike. Yes. For a fudge boy physique in 3, 2, 1. Let's fudge. Number 1. There is a general shape of an attractive male physique that seems to be a near or actually universal. Cross-culturally, this is what almost all women prefer. No surprise, it is wider shoulders and a narrower waist. Wider shoulders and a narrow...
Yeah, so what he's talking about here is the shoulder race to waist. Sorry, I can't talk. What he's talking about here is the shoulder to waist ratio. If you go on most tutorials on how to attract women, they're going to talk about this. Because this is what makes, this is sort of, this plays a big role in what makes women attractive too. But when you look at a movie star or whatever, or like a male model, they're going to have that Dorito body, right? So he might talk about this. The exercises that guys focus the most on in the gym are, you know, bench press, which builds the chest predominantly, and the triceps. Like, they're going to focus on chest and arms mostly, like bicep curls and bench press, right? When in reality, they're not thinking about their frame at all. They're thinking about how to get a big chest and big arms, but they're not thinking about what muscles to build to set off the subconscious receptors in other people, right? What you want is for your entire frame to be big. This includes your legs. Having big legs makes your waist look smaller, right? Which in turn makes your shoulders look bigger. So it looks like you have a bigger frame, right? Which is really, so what, and this has changed a lot. Now that guys, not just guys, but now that people are more knowledgeable about this, because this is really common knowledge at this point. But now that people are more knowledgeable about this, they prioritize things like a lat pull down or a wide grip pull up to build their lats, right? And then really building their back muscles, doing a lateral raise for their shoulders, and maybe some shoulder press. But I only do lateral raises for my shoulders, and then I'll do some rear delt stuff as well. But I don't do front delt because I do a lot of pushing movements, and it gets in those movements anyways. But yeah. So what you should be prioritizing in your training for aesthetics is, obviously, yes, you should also be building your arms and your chest and all that. That's true. But you should probably be prioritizing. Oh, Enchanted Arrows in the chat. Hey, what's up? Yo, what's up? You should be prioritizing your back muscles and your shoulders. That's the main thing. All right, let's get back to this guy's crude humor.
Waist giving you that Dorito chip look. How do you build that in the gym? Well, you want to preferentially train your delts, your shoulder muscles for sure, especially side delts, which bulge out to the sides, as the nomenclature would indicate. Definitely the lats, the under the armpit musculature of the back that makes you wide, especially from the back, especially in clothing. And of course, the upper pecs to give you that armor-plated look. If you have big upper pecs, big delts, and big lats, man, you are looking like a wide king, and that's really, really good.
Yeah, I have really bad upper chest because I do weighted dips. My main exercise, because weighted dips did wonders for my triceps, but it did wonders for my chest too. It was just my lower chest and my mid chest, not my. I got a really bad upper chest. I've been incline bench maxing recently.
A lot of times folks will say, okay, narrower waist. What do I do in the gym for that? And the reality is there's really nothing you can do in the gym to narrow your waist. It's almost exclusively a matter of genetics, a matter of how you store your body fat. Some of that has to do with age. Generally, as people age into their 40s and beyond, they store more fat.
Yeah, eating while watching this video and trying to talk is proving to be a bit problematic. Anyways, yeah, the only way to shrink your waist is the only way to make your waist look smaller is caloric deficit, losing weight, losing body fat, and making your shoulders, legs, and upper chest, like he was talking about, and lats look bigger. That's the only way. Other than that, it's purely just genetic. I have like a super blocky waist, a super blocky, like not good looking waist at all. Like it's not petite or whatever, but you gotta take your bullets. You just gotta not take your bullets. What's the word? Like you just gotta make the most of what you got. Don't hate your body. Work with your body. Okay.
In and around their midsection, which, future medicine will solve. But until now, women know an older king when they see one. That's when I guess you have to have, Scott, enough money and status or something like that to counterbalance that, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it works.
It works. It works too goddamn well. Scott out here is drowning this shit. So, no, look, you can try to avoid training your obliques, like the muscles on the side of your abs, because they'll bulge out too much. But to be honest, training your obliques for size is something most people don't do. And it has a teeny tiny effect because the obliques just don't get all that big. So definitely don't train your obliques with side bends if you want to like have bigger obliques, because that's actually backwards. Definitely don't do that. But really a thick waist comes from too much body fat and not really the gym. And waist size is mostly about calories in, calories out. You can't crunch your way to a tiny waist. You can't do sit-ups. You can do side bends and sit-ups, but please don't lose that butt, as a Sir Mix-a-Lot once said. Is that Sir Mix-a-Lot, Scott?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. And that's it. So train your delts, upper pecs, and lats as a priority, and just keep a certain.
Your legs too. Your legs are also really important. I've been neglecting my legs for months now, and my arms, when I flex my arm, it's as big as my leg is unflexed. So yeah, if I flex my leg, it's obviously bigger than my arm still. But when I flex my arm, it's as big as my leg is unflexed. That's an issue. And your legs are also the main themes, the main things that I'm going to talk about when I in this fitness series is like how your body performs well. Your obliques, like he was talking about, like your core in general and your legs and your lower back are actually going to be the most important when it comes to performance and in most sports and just lifestyle in general and living a good life. Your your shoulders, like, yeah, your upper body is important too, and obviously aesthetically for guys, a good upper body is like irreplaceable, but you just you need to have a good foundation everywhere else, right? Because at the end of the day, we walk on our legs and everything.
Lower to moderate level of body fat to keep your waist as small as it can be. Now, we'll get to what that body fat is in a little bit, because there are 4 tips, not just one. This is just the first. This is just the structural stuff. Now, a quick follow-up question to that is, okay, so how wide should your shoulders be as compared to your waist? Is wider better? Not necessarily. Your shoulders visibly being wider than your waist, mandatory for getting in that like potential for peak attractiveness kind of vibe. So if your shoulders are out here and your waist is down here, or your waist is down or your waist is down like that, those are all kind of like, whatever the woman prefers. But if your shoulders are out here and then your waist is wider than that, it's not the look. That's not the look that most of the ladies are interested in. Again, how much wider? Some women love extreme V tapers. Some women get kind of freaked out by them and they're like, ooh, that's a lot. It's like, well, I was good.
Most of the things in this particular topic is going to be dependent upon the woman in question, because everyone's different. Different people are going to like different things. This is a lot of this is going to be overgeneralizations, but typically, yes, just like how men will look at a woman with sort of an hourglass physique with like wide hips and be attracted to that, because in our mind it fires signals that, oh, they can reproduce, like they can have children. In our mind, subconsciously it sends that signal like, oh, they like they can handle having children. Just like that, women will see a guy with a large frame and sort of that V taper and go, oh, he can protect and provide, and he can, probably, run fast, and he can fight off a freaking water buffalo, like, yeah, like he can fight off a water buffalo, and that's what their brain receptors are telling them whenever they see the physique or whatever. That's what's mostly but these are all very overgeneralizations, right? It is going to depend on the person.
Make an analogy to
I am
women's
done
breasts
with
and
this
male
now,
preferences,
so
Scott, but that fell apart upon examination.
I'm just scraping it. Sorry if you
There's
hear
no
it.
wrong answers, you guys.
I
guess
was
like
listening.
quadruple Z titties out to 4 feet kind of just loses the plot a little bit.
He's really just got to use
if you get
language
a
on my
wide
channel.
enough shoulder to waist ratio, for a lot of girls that aren't super into fitness or bodybuilding, they could just be like, whoa, like that is a lot. But typically not a bad thing. It's just once you have a really awesome, clear shoulder to waist ratio that's bigger shoulders, wider shoulders, narrower waist, the ROI on getting that more extreme is a question mark. It's not just, yes, it's worth it. And then you can prioritize other things to potentially make yourself the most attractive.
Yeah, so the V taper is just going to be the foundation, right? When we're talking about, yeah, the V taper is just going to be the foundation. After that, you can prioritize things like arms and, freaking whatever else, calves, if you want, freaking train your neck like Mike Tyson and me, okay? Yeah, I do neck curls every once in a while. Yeah, I'm a real tough guy.
Of males that has ever seen a female before. And then you have social skills to work on. Hello.
Social skills, like, yeah, your personality and social skills is going to get you way farther than your physique, as long as you're a decent looking guy, right? As long as you're like, and I don't really want to be me, right? But this black pill is really out of control. Like, you'll hear about like black pill and BP on the internet, and it's like it's really blown out of proportion. Um, it's really blown out of proportion. It's just not true. Um, as long as you're not ugly, your personality is going to be more important than your physique, right? Um, and if your personality is terrible, unfortunately, I mean, yes, if your personality is terrible and you have and you're like a really good looking, like handsome guy, like Brad Pitt, yes, unfortunately, there are going to be girls uh, who don't look past your physique, but those girls are also going to be superficial, right? They're going to be just as superficial as the guy, right? But if you want a quality woman, a woman with a quality personality, you yourself have to have a quality personality, right? Let's keep going.
Mike. Kelsey?
He's talking about social skills. Yeah.
Even simulating an attraction with a
This is
female
what made me
scary,
laugh.
you
He had
guys.
this in the
They
intro.
have
And it made
teeth
me
and
laugh.
horns. I've never seen one, but I think they have teeth and horns.
Hold on, what's he talking
They
about?
want something primordial
What's he talking about? Teeth and horns?
from you that you're supposed to keep inside your body. I've read all the holy texts. But I think they have teeth and horns. And they want attractive males that has ever seen a female before. And then you have social skills to work on.
What's with this?
Hello. I'm Mike. Kelsey? Even simulating an attraction with a female is scary, you guys. They have teeth and horns. I've never seen one, but I think they have teeth.
He's talking about girls. Okay.
And they want something primordial from you that you're supposed to keep inside your body. I've read all the holy texts. Number 2. Okay, so the first one, really quick, and don't worry, we'll recap these all at the end, is wider shoulders than waist. Big deal.
Yeah, you're not supposed to drink water after you eat, by the way, which is what I'm doing, but I need to get this taste out of my mouth because it tastes weird. Food after you eat it, after you swallow it, tastes weird in your mouth.
Deal. The second one is leanness. Now here, it's not just as lean as possible, so stay with me. When you're lean, a couple of really big upsides start to checkmark themselves in your physique as presented to a 10-person team of females of reproductive age. You know, Scott, they have like little schoolgirl outfits and they're like college age and they have like their nerd glasses on, their ponytails, and they're checkmarking their list as you're standing naked in front of them in a room. A typical Thursday for you, I assume. Yeah. So
what?
In that kind of situation, being leaner offers you a few advantages. One is it actually gives you better facial aesthetics.
True.
You have that, I don't have them, but yeah.
It's true. I just got off a really long cut, and it's true. And then I bounce back and forth quite a bit when it comes to nutrition and everything. But yeah, being lean does I don't know. It can make some people look better. It can make some people look worse. It depends on your face shape and everything.
What Scott, the video guy, looks like. You've seen pictures of the cheek.
Yeah, but typically, like when your face looks leaner, it's typically better. And yeah,
bones all out here and the big chin and shit like that. Chad physique, Chad face, which is hot. Women like that sort of thing. Better than like bloated bulk face, you know, when you meet a girl on your peak bulk and she's like, "Can you even see me through those eyes?" And you're like, "What? Someone talking to me?"
I'm going to talk about this too. Bulking is stupid. The whole idea of bulking is kind of stupid, but I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that in a future episode, probably. Unless you're a professional bodybuilder who's on gear, bulking is kind of stupid. If you have to ask yourself whether you have to bulk or cut, the answer is now bulk. And yeah, unless you're like a really anyways, yeah. Unless you're like a really like skinny and you like your metabolism burns through food like this, bulking is not the way to go. It's not just bad for like your physique, it's bad for your health. Um Obviously, like when you're a kid it's different. When you're a kid and you're still growing, you want to provide your body with all the nutrients you can so that it keeps growing or whatever. And if you're typically more active as a kid, but if you're a mostly sedentary adult with an office job, um like yeah, you don't want to be bulking intentionally then, I don't think. But unless you're a professional bodybuilder or a but if you're just like a fit person with health in mind, and yes, it does help your aesthetics, but it's not great for your health either.
That ain't it. So better facial.
But this guy is going to promote bulking a lot. He's going to consider bulking as like what you should be doing half of the time, right? I don't think that's the case. And the reason I don't think that's the case is because it's been proven that you can build muscle while on a cut, or while on a caloric deficit. You can. And that means if you can build muscle in a cut, you can build muscle with your maintenance calories. So you don't need to be bulking to build muscle. Because it's two different processes. It's not like it's not like yeah, yeah. I mean, when you cut, you burn fat, right? When you cut, you're still mostly burning carbs because you're eating food. But when you burn fat, or when you eat less calories than you're burning, you're gonna burn fat, right? Muscle is not. And then, like, for some reason, when you start eating more, just because you start working out, doesn't mean all of those calories are getting turned into muscle. Most of those calories are getting turned back into fat, which you just spent a long time burning in your cut. So bulking is really like, I really think bulking is a huge waste of time. Most like, yeah, especially for the average person. Now, if you are like anorexic and morbidly skinny, right? And it looks like you're going to blow away in the wind and you've been working out for a long time and you just can't put on any muscle, go on a bulk. I'm not your guy, right? I'm not your guy. I have never been the overly skinny kid. It was never me, right? I never had that. I was never lucky enough to have that problem, okay? But for most people, your best bet is going to be either eating your maintenance or in a slight deficit. But again, except for assuming you're out of puberty. Like I just got out of puberty, which is why I've just started like looking into nutrition and diet, right? Let's just wait until you're done growing. But yeah, let's keep going. See, this is the issue. This is the issue, man. This is the issue with my stream, man. Because this is 32 minutes long of a video. We're 8 minutes in. How long have I been streaming? Been streaming a good minute. I hope I get to bed at a
Aesthetics is one
decent
of those
hour.
cool benefits that you get from being leaner that a lot of people don't even think about. But yes, it does in fact, as a male, make you more attractive.
It does.
To a point. If you're all skeleton faced, again, it confuses some women.
Yes.
Another one.
True. You can be too skinny in the face. It's true. Now, typically, like most people aren't, but I have seen pictures. I just took a psychology class in college, and they talk about eating disorders, and most people with eating disorders have their face is way too skinny. Like Like that's just not good looking. Now, you know that? Am I mogging? No, I'm playing. I need clicks. Okay, let's keep going.
Degree of muscle that you have. When you get leaner, your muscles become more defined. It's kind of like
Yeah.
Instagains, where like you do a 12-week diet, but it looks like you gained 3 years worth of muscle. You didn't get any
Yeah.
bigger. Maybe you lost a little muscle, but
Yeah.
the definition of the muscle is highly
You just can
enhanced.
see, you can
And
finally
then,
see
for
it.
a lot of women, that's a really good thing. And on average, it works. Another one, of course, huge one, is leanness is what gives you the small waist. Leanness gives you the smallest waist your structural genetics will allow for.
Although
Structurally, you might
unfortunately,
have wide hips
I'm
and
speaking
relatively narrow
from
shoulders, but if you
I'm speaking from experience here. Unfortunately, in 99% of people, the fat in your love handles goes away last. So I, at my leanest, I still had love handles to an extent. They weren't huge, but I did still have them. Unfortunately, yeah, it leaves last. Like my arms were really chiseled. My back, my upper back was really chiseled. My legs were pretty chiseled. It's just I had that little bit around my waist still, which is usually the last to go.
the living dog shit out of your delts, upper
You have to
pecs, and
get to like
lats, and then
10%.
get fairly lean, I'll tell you what that
You
is
have
in
to
just
get
a bit,
really lean to get
then it
rid
can
of
still
the
appear
like waist
that
completely.
your shoulders are a little bit wider than your waist, and then you're into that bare essentials. He looks like a man that can,
Yeah.
I don't know, like beat up the tribal chief to secure my mating opportunities, whatever the hell goes through women's
Yeah.
minds. Would hell if I know anything about that. Another one is you get the poppin' abs, the ravioli abs. Scott,
Yeah.
have you ever,
Yeah,
upon
I've never
eating
had.
ravioli, realized that what you really want to do is
One day.
grate your face on a young man?
Once I move out, which is in a few months, once I move out, I'm paying for my own food, and I'm probably gonna get pretty lean just because I'm paying for my own food, and I just have to freaking like I'm just gonna have to count every single penny that I'm spending, and I'm probably gonna get pretty lean, and yeah, just because I'm gonna have to be intentional about what I eat. And I don't know, maybe I'll end up even worse. Who knows? But that's just what I'm picturing.
Abdominal region after he sweats through victorious competitive sport with other also young males?
I mean, if he's from the Scandinavian region.
Hold on, what
then
are
for
you talking
sure.
about? Sports?
Mr. Scott, that is grate your face on a young man's abdominals. He looks like a man.
Oh, he's talking
I
about
don't know,
grating
like
his
beat up
face
the
on
tribal chief to
on a
secure
dude's
my
abs.
mating opportunities,
Okay.
whatever the hell goes through
Okay.
women's minds. Would hell if I know anything about that. Another one is you get the poppin' abs, the ravioli abs. Scott, have you ever, upon eating ravioli, realized that what you really want to do is grate your
Ravioli.
face on a young man's
This
abdominal
guy,
region after he sweats through victorious competitive sport with other also young males?
I mean, if he's from the Scandinavian region, then for sure.
Mr.
this
Scott,
guy's humor just doesn't hit with me.
Pickup basketball game, and even though I'm profoundly Caucasian, I still did okay, and I've got plenty of assists and 3
Hey, but the
pointers.
music's fire.
But now
The
I've
music,
got the problem. I don't have a towel to rub off my
the music in this little bit is
perfectly
fire.
symmetrical six-pack abs. Would I be able to use your face, you pathetic, so that you can get an erection while I get dried up?
Wow, that got graphic.
That got real. Come on, Iceland guy, what's wrong with you? I thought your country was full of decent people, not perverts. Poppin' abs are cool.
It was you.
When you're wearing
You-
clothes,
you-
nobody
what?
can tell. When you're shirtless, which often happens at the beach, pick up basketball, picnic, 5K fun run, the club,
Yeah.
school, church, inevitably the police station. Scott, what's your
I mean,
opinion
okay.
on,
Here's the fact. Here's the fact. Yeah, I think I know what he's gonna say. Here's the fact of the matter. Look, I got a pretty baggy T-shirt on, and I have decent arms, decent shoulders, right? And I'm in cutoffs right now. I'm in sleeveless cutoffs. Okay. I could have abs. For all anyone knew who saw me in this fit, I could have abs. Like unless it was really tight. Even if it's pretty tight, unless it's like literally here, or I have my shirt off, I could have abs. Most people just don't. Most dudes just don't realize that. I got really self-conscious about my belly. I got really self-conscious about my belly and my love handles, right? Until I realized that, if I wear regular clothes, you can't tell, right? Also, I'm standing like way back here. I should have been standing here. Yeah, I should have been standing here so that you guys get my. And I unfortunately don't have a freaking. Can you see my full torso here? Anyways, yeah, that's like you can't tell. Like, yeah, okay. I hope that makes sense. Okay, no glaze. All right, now let's make sure that this is all lined back up. All right, let's keep going. Oh, is that better? Is that a better angle for the camera? You can see more of me or no?
Lady cops.
I mean, geez.
11.
Lady
11
cops?
out of 10.
Yeah.
And
Are they
so when
bad?
you're getting arrested for being shirtless at a church and then a school,
Right.
at least you got the popping abs, and the lady cop might be like, hey, once you get released, why don't go home, go to this address.
Okay.
That could happen. So abs are cool. Again, they're not everything for females, but they're nice. They're definitely a nice bonus. So
Yeah, they're not
You
everything.
get better facial aesthetics,
But
so you actually look cuter.
But I mean, you watch a movie, and it's like it just warps your perception of reality.
More visible muscle definition, so you look more jacked, and ladies like that sort of thing. You get a smaller waist, which is really important for aesthetics, and popping abs, which is really, really dope. But the ideal body fat range for attracting females actually looks more like 8 to 15% body fat.
Okay, well, hold on. 8's really low. 8's really low. So, and 15's kind of average. 15's kind of mid. I'm probably around 15 right now. Around-ish. I'm less than 20. But 8's really low. At my leanest, I was around 11 or 12 percent body fat. 8's really low. I was shooting for 10. I never got to 10. Because like my mood and my hormones were all out of whack. And I couldn't, it was bad. But 8 is really low. 8 is like, yeah, movie star, I think. Yeah, 8% body fat is movie star. Like freaking Achilles. Brad Pitt in Troy is 8%. And who else is 8%? I'm trying to think. I think Chris Hemsworth and Chris Hemsworth could be close to 8. But I think Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans, those really big guys, they look more kind of big than lean, I think. Even though obviously they do look lean, I think they're closer to 10, maybe even 11 or 12. But yeah, 8's really low.
Lower values. A lot of people are like extremists. You tell them like, hey man, I heard you like.
Yeah, this is me.
Scott, give me
I'm
a
an
girl's name real
extreme.
quick. I'm tired of
I
coming up
take
with
things
these on my own.
too extreme.
Cindy.
Cindy's a good one. Hey bro, I heard you like Cindy. Yeah man, she's so fucking cute, bro. I can't fucking stand it. Well, I heard you're supposed to be lean, and then girls like you, and you're like, get out of here, bro. So you come up to Cindy like 5 months later, and she's like, oh my God, what like happened to your face and your skin? And you're like, I'm at 1%. Body fat.
1%. He used this in
Do you love me? Are you like gonna die or something? Because death is like gross. That's not gonna go so well.
Yeah, so like you get down to 5% body fat, or like what most bodybuilders hop on stage at, and that's way too low. That's like 3% even, like Ronnie Coleman. Like that's just too high maintenance. You're gonna die. Like if you eat what these bodybuilders eat right before a show, like about 2 or 3 weeks before a show, if they kept eating like that for a month, well, I don't want to say a month. Humans are pretty tenacious, but if you're already at like 5% body fat, and you keep eating like a bodybuilder about to step on stage for 2 or 3 months, you will die. You'll either die or you'll lose so much muscle mass, right? Because obviously we're talking about a bodybuilder in this scenario. But the average person, yeah, it'd be bad. Sorry. Intro peak. All right, let's keep going. But yeah, there is an in the middle. Just like how there's a too much in female proportions that guys find attractive. It's all a range.
Much below 6 and 7%
And of
body
course,
fat.
it depends
For
on the
some
girl.
ladies, they fudge with that hard, especially physique competitor ladies, which are also highly attractive. But most ladies are like, dude, whoa, this is like a bit much. Like, I've never in my life had a chance to flex my glutes with striations at a girl and her be like, oh my God, like, can we just like do it? They're usually just like, oh, that's cool. Whoa. Huh. All right. I gotta go. So they always say that to me anyway. I'm kidding. No one ever talks to me. So 8 to 15% body fat is kind of the visible lean abs zone. If your abs are clearly visible, like all the packs, however many packs God gave you, if they're just delineated in a way that you can see in decent lighting, you're plenty lean enough for almost everyone. And if you get much leaner, you either get no extra payoff at all or a very small one. Sometimes it's a negative. If you're too soft and you can't see your abs, and if you have some poochie going on, that definitely starts to be a downside. Yeah. Some women do like the ultra cut look, but the majority prefer what's called athletic leanness, which is, I hate that. I just want like an athlete, which is not wrong, Betsy, but that's what people call it. Contest shredded mode is just not a requirement and not even a net bet that it's going to be better. So like if you're looking to, score the most nice girl numbers or however that works, Scott, do people still do numbers or is it just social media now?
Oh, swap DMs or whatever?
Yeah. If you're looking to get your DMs game going, you don't have to be 3% body fat. 8%, 10%, 12%, whatever it is that gets you a little bit of lean face, gets you some shreddy and gives your muscles looking like they're muscles, it's almost certainly good enough. And here's the best part. If you're in a higher body fat range but still look the part, when the ladies say nice things to you and you end up sitting across the room from each other and trying to say the right thing, that she comes over and sits next to you so you can pretend to watch a movie, so you can, get close and see that she's not uncomfortable with you yet. And then you kind of sort of motion over and...
Hey, is this too real though? Is this too real though? All my friends always tell me, movies are the worst date. Movies are the worst date idea. I don't know what's the best date idea. I feel like the best date idea is like walking, like literally just walking in a park. Like, because I don't even look. First of all, when I eat, like it's not like you guys have seen me eat. And this morning I ate a bowl, with my mic on, and I was looking at my mic volume in OBS, and it was as loud as I was talking. And I haven't rewatched the stream yet, but eventually I muted it. And yeah, so I chew really loudly and everything. I don't know if that's the best idea just for me, but also I feel like there's too much to think about when you're on, because like then you have to think about paying, and you got like, it's not just about the money. Like you got to pay in front of her. You don't want to seem like you want her to order whatever she wants. You don't want to seem like you care about the money, right? So you just say, "Oh, order whatever you want." But in the back of your head, you're like, "I really hope she doesn't get something too expensive," right? But then you got to think about where you're gonna eat, because I don't care who you are. If you're eating spaghetti, you're not eating that thing delicately. You're probably gonna be pretty messy, unless you're freaking a princess in England. Right? So I don't know. I think a walk in the park is the best date idea. Can you beat it? I don't know. Maybe a picnic in the park. You're still eating, but like, there's more effort. There's more commitment. I feel like picnic, second date. First date, walk. Maybe a coffee. Coffee and then a walk. Ooh, I'm spitting. All right, let's keep going.
And she's like, ah, and then you do the hand, and then you start to slowly rub the shoulder, and then she's super cool with it because she's clearly like vibing. And then, you guys know the rest. If you want that to happen, there's a thing people forget about. Mr. Winky, your man downstairs that you talk to at night and pray to God, why haven't you become erect in years? Is there something wrong with me? Did I do something bad in a past life? Why aren't the medicines
Why? Why is he tanging about
working?
his...
Is it because I'm ugly? Typical things like that. You want Mr. Winky to work. And if you're sub 5% body fat, Mr. Winky's on vacation.
That's true. That's true. If you're too lean, it doesn't work. That's true. If you're too lean, your hormones are too off. Yes, that's true. Mr. Winky doesn't work. I keep hitting the scene. It's what's the word? It's messing with my aura on stream. I don't like it.
And until you feed yourself enough, he ain't coming back. So if you want to have a real good fun time, and you
healthy fats are really important
drive,
for that.
and you want to be able to use your bits down there, like below 8% just doesn't work for that in most cases. So there is a little bit of a benefit to seeing how high of a body fat percentage you can have while still having the look. The look.
Yeah.
Number 3.
The look.
Size matters. That's right. We're talking about genitals. No, we're not. Wrong channel. Mike, you have a channel.
Wrong channel. Hold on. Time out. What else does this guy make? Nah, time out. He said wrong channel. What?
Dr. Mike's genitalchannel.net. Google it.
Oh, he does actually.
Here's the deal with size.
Nah, he's joking.
Most women do, in fact, prefer a male mating partner. That's the technical terminology. That is visually bigger than them.
Yeah, I always forget this. I always forget this when I'm thinking about, like, when I'm thinking about how I'm going to talk to a girl. I always forget this because I've always been subconsciously like insecure about like body fat. Like since before I can remember, I've always been subconsciously insecure about body fat. And whenever I like go start a conversation with a girl, I don't want to look too big. So I try to look skinny, right? I'm trying to look as lean as possible, but that's like led me to like developing a hunch and everything. And that's really ugly. So I've done the best I can through working out and everything to fix that freaking hunch, which is gone now, but and a lot of that was strengthening my upper body, but also like just kind of get your frame out, get your chest out, head up, and breathe through your stomach, right? Oh, and what if you look fat? So what, bro? Then she ain't the one. You know what I'm saying? Clock that, write that down. See you at the top.
Means women are not going to put you on the scale. They just won't. There's no scales around. In clubs, there's not usually a scale within reaching distance. If you see a cute guy in the street, this is not a thing. But visually, you need to be able to take up more space than they do. And most people in their brain, some kind of subconsciously, kind of know roughly how big they are. And they know what they like when they like it. They know what they like when they see it. And if they see a silhouette of yours that's imposingly larger than them, you're in.
Yeah.
If they're not sure if you're bigger than them, you could slide in on cuteness factor. Like, oh my God, he's so tiny. Ah. Maybe.
Yeah.
But it's not the best average bet. So, bigger than the female. Size has a few dimensions. Let's talk about all of them. First of all,
shout out the Short Kings.
Height. It seems to be that going from any male height all the way up to about 6'3" makes you incrementally more attractive to the average female. It's very important to say average because there's a huge diversity.
That's true.
I mean, I'm 5'6", and I've always had trouble attracting. Holy shit, it makes sense. I haven't been totally dry is what I'm trying to say. If I was 5'8", hey, more hoes. Although I'm married, so 0 hoes. 5'10", even better.
He's married.
On average, some girls are
His
like,
wife
I'd
lets
like
him
you
make
better
jokes
at 5'8".
Like he does.
6 foot, et cetera, et cetera. At 6'3", there seems to be a cresting.
Yeah.
6'4", 6'5", and 6'6" seem to be roughly equivalent to 6'3" as far as attractiveness.
But 6'5" though. Yo, I was talking about this the other day. I'm 6', 6'1", somewhere around there. Being 6'5" would be dope. Like, people say you look weird or whatever, I'd own that. 6'5", if I could still move good. Because the thing is like, I was always a tall kid. I'm pretty sure I'm done growing now. But I was always a tall kid, but I was still athletic and I was still able to move properly, right? So if I could keep that and be 5'5", dude, I'd be a freak athlete. I wouldn't be streaming right now. I'd be hooping. I'd be hooping in college, and I'd be getting that bag. I'd be in the NBA right now. Okay, clock that. Or worst case scenario, I'd be boxing and knocking people out from a mile away with my jab. That's what I'd be doing, right? If I was built like this, oh yeah. If I was built like this, because I'm 165. I'm 165, right? Like, I'm between 165 and 170, I'd say. I think I'm right around 165. So if I'm 165, 6'1" here, okay? Which means I'm a lightweight. I'm a lightweight in UFC. I don't know what that is in boxing, but I'm a lightweight in UFC. I'd have to fight at 155, cut 10 pounds. It's not that hard if it's water weight, okay? So I go up. I'm 6'5" now. If I keep all my body proportions, I'm what? Still less than 200 pounds. I'm not a heavyweight. I could fight at cruiserweight easily. I could probably fight at middleweight or welterweight. No, not welterweight. No, super middleweight. Hold on. No. Did Strickland just win the middleweight championship? He had to have. From Hamzat Chimaev. DDP probably going to come and get that. But, so who? Hold on. Nah, because I'm tripping now. I don't know. You got the really lightweight classes. I don't know if it's flyweight, featherweight. No, featherweight's at the bottom, I think. I think that's like 115 or 125. Featherweight, flyweight. Is lightweight next? Lightweight's got to be next. Lightweight's the most dangerous. Like, the lightweight's really where things are happening. Welterweight, right? Welterweight's next after lightweight. Middleweight, super middleweight. Cruiserweight. Is there a cruiserweight in UFC? MMA. Cruiserweight, lightweight, light heavyweight, heavyweight. That's got to be what it is. Anyways, I'm yapping right now. But if I could be 6'5", though, come on. Just for
much
sports,
beyond 6'6",
I'd take that.
you actually have a little bit of a freak factor. Scott, you ever seen a regular sized girl with an NBA player?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, how does that even work? And the answer is it doesn't work
Worth
that
it.
well. And
Worth
while a
it.
lot of women will consider you highly attractive if you're 6'9", some
Worth
women are
it.
like, I can't really kiss
Yeah.
a guy that I don't.
You're
It
a
just kind of
freak.
looks
You're
like
weird,
exotic.
but worth it though.
Like,
You're
you
getting
might
that
be
bag
totally
too.
into titties, but if you know what I'm saying, old girl has like
Man's really got to
H's,
say that word on my
isn't
channel.
that a wrestler, Triple H? You're like, hey, I love what you have going on, but it's just it's not for me. And so 6'3" seems to be kind of close to that optimal height. 6'3", 6'4", 6'2" is great. But the problem is you can't train your height yet.
Yeah.
So unless you want to go to Korea and get that limb extension surgery, which is brutal and takes 2 years to recover from, you have to relearn how to walk.
Yeah.
Height, you have no choice in. But weight, you do have a choice in. So the next question is, how much heavier
He's about to talk about
should you be
bulking.
than the girl you're...
Bulking is rarely the way out, my man. Whoever's watching this, bulking is rarely the way out. Even if you're short, I would not advise, because it's 90% of those calories are not going towards muscle, twin. If you're if you're training in the gym, if you're lifting weights and you are getting stronger, you're implementing progressive overload, and you're training to failure, your muscles are going to grow. It doesn't matter how much you're eating. He's about to talk about bulking, I think, for sure, guys.
Into
so you can control your
the
weight.
average girls
You
that you're
can.
into.
You can.
Heavier is an attraction boost for sure. How much heavier?
Heavier is an attraction boost.
Generally speaking, a very rough number to kind of put in your brain as part of your mental model
35
is
pounds heavier.
About 35 pounds heavier.
Of the sweet spot.
Scott,
that's the low end. That's the low end. Y'all got some work to do. Yo, I gotta put on some size then. How? 165. I'm 165, so that's 130. Well, actually, most girls are smaller than guys anyways. Is 130 average? It's got to be close to average. I feel like I'm the size of an average guy.
Ideal girl weighs 90 pounds.
That's a fine weight.
90 pounds is a fine weight.
That's really
kill
small.
A girl like that in bed by accident, but
my brother, no shot. My brother's just hit 100 pounds. No, 90 pounds. He's tripping, right?
Just kidding. So you get away with that sort of thing. That means if you were below 125 pounds in body weight, you would have problems and you would need to eat some protein and do some bicep curls to gain some weight.
Eating protein is great, though.
Than the girl that you're interested in is typically
I'm an advocate for protein. I'm not an advocate for bulking.
Anything beyond that, especially much beyond, like 45 fine, 55 fine, you get 60, 90, 120 pounds heavier than the girl you're interested in. It's typically still cool.
Size. Yeah, they don't let the bodybuilder
women are into extreme size. And if you're talking about bodybuilding kind of shape and proportions, a lot of times for most girls, once you get above about at regular male height of 5'10-ish, once you get north of 200 pounds, some girls are just like, that's freaky big and that ain't me. Yeah. Other girls who are in the fitness industry, they're muscle fetishists, they'll love you the bigger you get. But now it's more of a niche specific situation that you're maybe not interested in if you're trying to optimize for the average and most number of women to be attracted to me.
There are genetic freaks.
At first, you circle in your physique on the most attractive possible physique it could be. Then you decide what kind of girls you like, and you can actually alter your physique to pursue those.
Yeah.
Some kind of goth, hipster bitch. You're going to need to lose some weight, pale up that skin, pretend you have demons, grow out your hair really long. Scott, you know the black hair that like goes down to below the eyes?
Yeah.
I mean, you're in. I've considered that myself because goth bitches 100% could get it. But you can specialize after that. Generally speaking, anything in that 30 to 40 pound range is good as far as heavier than the women you're into. For smaller women that are 100 to 120 pounds, even 30 or 25 pounds heavier is totally fine. For larger women, 150 to 180 pounds. And let me say something privately. If you're more than 180, girl, I'm saying you can still get it. You feel me? Don't know. I ain't gonna tell you ain't got. There's lots of love.
Who is this guy, bro?
I'm telling you right now. Also, black men exist. The answer is yes for them. It doesn't matter how much you weigh. If that's offensive, you're getting offended by reality, fellas. All love and respect. If you are bigger,
hey, okay, that's okay. Okay, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I have black friends. I have a really close black friend.
To 180 plus, maybe 40 or 50.
Anyway, something he said reminded me.
Is actually more attractive because when you're a larger female, especially if you're a taller female, if you're like 170 and 5'9", damn. If you're watching this, Marcos Rodriguez, resident of New York, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We out here. Queen like that means a straight up king, some kind of Viking shit. None need no, you know what I'm saying, little Twinkie thing that you'll just get lost. Yeah, being over 220,
Twinkie thing,
whatever height you're at, helps 100%.
Heavier than me,
because if you can make her feel small and dainty and very secure, you're good. At least
I'm
on
big.
That perspective.
I'm big.
Now, there are exceptions.
What are we on?
Just remember there are exceptions to all this. Some women prefer just monsters. Some women, you can even be very high
It really
body
does
fat
depend
with,
on the girl.
as long as you have big shoulders, arms, chest, and back, they just want that gorilla energy. It's definitely a thing. I mean, pro strongmen, you know what I'm saying? Some of those guys do real well, and it's just like,
yeah.
if you're with a pro strongman at a
Strongmen
club
pull.
or a bar or a social event or restaurant as a girl, even
There's a
at an amusement
dude I saw on TikTok. I saw a post on TikTok of this guy. He's like, he was a bigger guy. He was borderline fat, but he had huge arms, huge chest, huge lats, but borderline fat. And he was pulling in them comments. He was getting girls in his comments.
park walking around, the degree of animal safety that you feel with that person can't be matched because everyone else shudders when they see them and try to make sure they don't make eye contact. But that's not for everyone. A lot of girls prefer kind of leaner, thinner, lankier, more athletic looking guys. And that's totally cool too. So again, you got to be heavier than the girl that you're trying to attract and the average girl, and probably something like 20 to 50 pounds heavier. 20 if you're a small framed king and she's a small framed queen, 50 if you're larger, everything in between, and even outside of those ranges. Just something to think about. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you really like a girl and she weighs 150 and you weigh 150, gaining some weight's probably going to make you more attractive in her eyes. If a girl feels bigger than you viscerally, generally that's no good. My 597-pound dominatrix loves that feeling. Then again, I have to pay for her services. She doesn't just come around for free. Tip number 4.
What is this guy about?
Bigger arms
and forearms.
And bigger forearms.
Yeah, so this is where I'm probably going to disagree. This is probably where I'm going to disagree. Arms, 100%. Forearms, not my strong suit. Arms, yeah, but small forearms make the rest of you look bigger. No, maybe I'm probably tripping, but forearms are just, I don't know, man. It's too much.
Some women love big arms. Some women don't care as much. But thin, weak little spaghetti arms and little noodle forearms that you can lose in a crowd.
That's true.
Never a good look.
That's true.
I don't mean never, but it's unlikely that that's maximizing your attractiveness. Take any guy.
What's that have to do with forearms, though? The arm is this. This is the arm. This is the forearm. The forearm don't matter, bro. Wear cutoffs like me. Right?
It's a screamo band drummer. And all the screamo fangirls like, oh my God, I want him to be sad with me. Oh my God. Ah. If he has little noodle arms, they still screaming. Because if you're a screamo drummer, girls line up. But if you're a screamo drummer and you got a little thing going for yourself, little forearms, little kind of muscular arms, you're multiplying your probabilities of
talking about veins. I have veins on my forearms.
Which is actually, I think, the point of reproduction, Scott, isn't it? Yeah. Scott wasn't paying attention. He doesn't listen to half the shit I say. So, big arms, at least well-developed arms and forearms, convey masculine energy.
Isn't that just frame, though?
Because typically women that are into men are
Isn't that just muscle mass?
Hey, we solved that problem. And a lot of big arms can make an impression even when clothed. If you're wearing like a collared shirt at a business function, you take your suit coat off, and you kind of have big arms, women will notice. And they, boy, once that happens, I don't know how that works. Women never noticed me a single day in my life. But apparently they go to the bathroom with you. If I'm inclined to believe adult films, things happen in bathroom stalls. From the degree of the technical complexity of the moves required, the ROI to get into those stances, the time spent making a ton of noise, and the fact that no one called the police on you seems unrealistic.
He's still talking
maybe that's
about
what you can expect. That's all 4 things, but we have a bonus one. I know what you're thinking. Do legs matter?
Oh, I already talked about this.
Yes. For some women, they do. Having muscular legs on a guy. For most, they don't.
Mostly glutes. Mostly glutes.
Are the thing that matter the most.
Mostly glutes. Your quads. I know he's about to say more than hamstrings, more than your quads. First of all, hamstrings are vital to athletic performance. Vital. Okay, hamstrings. Glutes are pretty important to athletics performance too, not dogging on glutes. But quads gotta be the most important. Gotta be. Because they make They make your waist look smaller. Clock this, he's tripping. Wants to
More
make
than your
jokes on my
quads,
channel.
more than your calves, with one exception, which I'll get to in just a
W
second.
channel though. I don't want beef with this guy.
A lot of women say
He's
they
way
like
bigger than
muscular
me.
legs. But there are two kinds of
Not
preferences.
just physically,
Stated
he's
preferences,
also
which
bigger
is what
than me
women say they
online.
like, and revealed preferences, which is how they act in the world and actually select mates for mating. And revealed preferences illustrate that women just don't care on average about legs much.
Yeah,
The
they probably
exception-
don't. They probably don't, but small legs on a like really big upper body look out of place and it looks weird. Like a few weeks ago, I took off my shirt after skipping legs for like 6 months, and yeah, it looks like I got chicken like ostrich legs. It's weird. It's a weird look. If you have the upper body, you should have the lower body. There are proportions that need to be addressed.
The biggest exception is that if your legs are comically
Yeah,
underdeveloped
like I said,
compared to your upper body,
I
like
just said
stick
this.
legs in short shorts, people will laugh at you,
yeah.
and it's not giving you any bonus points. So as long as you don't have bro legs, like you train them on occasion or just genetically they look fine, if you flex your upper body and you look at your legs and it doesn't look like two different people just melded together,
Yeah, that was me.
disgusting genetic accident,
That was me.
you're good to go in almost all cases.
That's why I'm hitting
Some
legs
women
now.
prefer
I'm hitting legs
men
in
to
2
have
days.
shapelier glutes. You know, that's it's quite hot, and they like that sort of thing, but nothing extreme. And a lot of women just don't care. So if you have bigger legs, they're like, cool. If you don't, they're like, cool. It just doesn't really matter much. Can you get into a situation where athletic girls and bodybuilder girls like a guy to have big legs? Yes. Can you get into a situation where bigger legs are kind of gross for some girls? Yes. But the average is it just doesn't matter much. And if you're over-indexing on how jacked your legs are and you're doing it at the expense of developing your delts, upper pecs, and your lats, then yeah, you're probably not running the ultimate plan to get laid as much as possible. So here's the final tally. If you want to be as attractive as possible, at least for women on average,
It's got 4
I was going
points.
to say if you have a certain girl you're targeting, but that's a combination of ineffective and creepy, kind of a weird place.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, you don't ever want to target one girl because you've not met that many people in the world. And even if you just like the one, then it's a bit of a weird vibe to tailor your
Like
entire
he's
physique
really
to
just got to
attract
make
her.
me
Well,
uncomfortable.
if you have mega confidence, you could be like, hey, I built my whole body just for this moment. What do you think about that? She's like, oh my God, but guess I'll just have to like have sex with you now. Yeah, I don't
Like,
know
why
if
does
that
he got to
plays out.
make me just list the 4 things, dude?
For average increase in attractiveness, you should be at least about or around about 30 pounds heavier than the average girl size you're targeting. So if you tend to like girls that weigh 150, some thick, delicious girls, God damn, I should shut the fuck up. I don't know what the hell's going on with my sex drive lately. It's getting a bit out of hand. Then yeah, like just weighing 180
You
is
have a
probably a good
wife,
idea.
dude.
Next, you want
He
broader
did say he
shoulders
was married.
than waist as a hard rule. Hard rule. How much broader? Your call, but broader for sure. Visible abs are a great bonus. Super shredded abs you don't have to worry about. So visible abs, a nice lean waist. And at least decently developed arms and forearms. I've made a lot of jokes in other videos about arms, the king of everything. Yeah, for male physique,
I
for
disagree.
other male physiques, comparison-wise, big arms are the ultimate answer. For females,
My
like, at least don't
my arms are definitely the best part of my physique, and I would disagree about their importance as far as when it comes to arms are mostly for dudes. Like if you have big arms and a big chest, you're mostly gonna get compliments from other dudes. Other girls aren't really gonna notice. The most important thing for girls is being relatively lean. Like he said, yeah, I'm sure being 30 pounds heavier than her isn't a bad thing, you know, provide and protects. It's just nature. It's like instincts. And then, yeah, V-taper to an extent, as long as your shoulders are wider than your waist.
have skinny arms.
But
If you have some bigger
I think for the most part, like arms are more of just like an overall like status thing. They're not really for girls.
arms, that usually helps quite a bit.
I think this is just the gym bro in him. That's like he's got to cope for how much arms and chest are kind of just shoved in our face. Upper chest, like he said, upper chest. Yes, upper chest is the most important part of the chest. as far as aesthetics goes, but we're just constantly shoved how to get big arms, how to get big chest in our face through the fitness industry. And it's like, it's not the most important. But don't get me wrong. Tomorrow, I'm doing weighted chin-ups. I'm doing wide grip pull-ups first for the V-taper. Then I'm doing weighted chin-ups for the biceps and a little bit of V-taper, some rear delt action. Then I'm doing rear delt flies for the shoulders. And then, yes, I will be doing curls and hammer curls for the biceps. And I will be going up in weight because of progressive overload and training to failure. But it is, I don't think it's that helpful as far as when it gets to, drive weight. I mean, obviously, it's good for overall muscle mass. But
beyond this, more size does not necessarily equal more attraction. It often does not. And extreme mass appeal is actually quite niche.
Yeah.
Which also leads to a really interesting conclusion. If you are interested in girls other than fitness industry, super elite tier, girls who are also on drugs, you don't need to take steroids to accomplish the ultimately attractive male physique. Because steroids actually almost by design take you north of that and then limit the number of chances that you have for reproduction. So in most cases, this is actually kind of a PSA to be like, don't even take drugs, because what you want isn't that exotic. It's a cool look, but that's where the fascination of females with male physiques roughly ends. Anything north of that is just some women are really into it, but most women are like, it's a little bit much for them. So my advice to you, to check the 4 main boxes, keep this super simple for yourself. Be heavier than the average girl, be lean enough with visible abs on average, get a solid margin of shoulders being wider than your waist, and arms and forearms that do not resemble Harry Potter's. That's how you're going to maximize your chances of attraction.
I don't know, man. Harry Potter was fun.
And the rest is really about how you want to look for yourself. Because once you've checkboxed these, there are huge ranges.
This is the important
thing.
Heavier
than the average girl could mean 20 or 30 pounds heavier. It could mean 40 or 50 pounds heavier, and anything in between. Lean enough for visible abs might be like pretty shredded, or you have abs, but they're not exactly the world's leanest man. Your shoulders can be considerably wider than your waist, or just a little bit wider. Both count roughly the same. And your arms just not being small actually doesn't tell you how big they should be. And as long as the rest of you isn't just freaky enormous and really wigs women out, very, very large arms for how big your kind of the rest of your muscles are totally cool. And then so,
I'm sure they don't hurt.
If you check all these
boxes, sure big arms don't hurt. Going back to my rant earlier, I'm sure big arms don't hurt, but yeah, I don't think it's a make or break.
A lot of the movement in between these variables is totally fine, because at the end of the day, confidence gets you laid way more than abs or how the hell you look. And if you are living inside of a body that you like and that you can approach women at random places where they clearly don't want to be talked to and talk to them against their will and pick up shit you learned on YouTube.
Hey, this is real though. Hey, this is real though. This is real though. That's real though, man. I mean, it's rough. You see a pretty girl and you want to go talk to her, but she doesn't want to talk to you, bro. And you're in public and she's with people and you're with people and you don't want to bother anyone, but it's so real.
Then if you do that in a body you really love and feel confident in, your probability of actually displaying the best version of yourself and getting that sweet, sweet sweetness between the legs going is much higher. So if you got the 4 essentials, the rest is your call. Guys, in the comments below, please, everyone, give me...
I'm streaming. Sorry, that was my mom mom checking in on me.
A detailed story about how you were super skinny and or fat, you got jacked and handsome, you met all 4 of these criteria, and now you're swimming in it. Don't make anything up, wink.
This guy.
I want to know about it. I want to know about dragons and knights.
We need to do a theology stream
hair that you can use to
about waiting till marriage.
Because the stairs were broken. I'm not sure on fairy tales, but I think that's...
Hey, for the record, you put on muscle so you can get a girl to marry you. For the record, before you do any of that funny business. Any of that tomfoolery. Okay? You understand? Appreciate it.
There they go. I've been Dr. Mike, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right. That was a pretty good video. He talked about some stuff that 30 pounds over. I don't know if that's valid or not. That also might be some gym bro cope or whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go see what my mom wanted to say to me, and then we're gonna get started on these next few videos over here. Yeah, you guys are gonna take a look at the intro while I'm out doing that. I'm just gonna get a glass of water. I've been muted the entire time. That's why I need a chat. That's why I need people in my chat. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. As you can see, my energy level has gone down significantly. I just got up and I was like, oh wow, it's getting late. Like, I'm getting tired. But yeah, this guy is Joe Phaser. I shouldn't be talking for that much longer. He's
Why do you work out?
One of the videos is 7 minutes, and then the other is like less than 5. Right.
My name's James.
Anyways, this guy, Joe Phaser, back in 22, 23, he was like up there in my feed, man. Back when I was first getting into fitness and working out, it was him. It was Brownie, if you guys know that guy. Like, he still makes content. He makes really good content. Who else was at the top of my feed when it came to, like, Hamza. Obviously Hamza is like his own sort of thing, and I don't really align myself with him anymore. I don't necessarily align myself with this guy, Joe Fazer. I don't know much about him. All I know is I watched a few of his videos back when I was getting really into fitness. He's got a really good physique, and yeah, I think he got a few fake natty accusations, but I'm not into any of that stuff, man. I just, you know me, I'm just a chill guy. You know, if you do stuff, you do stuff. It doesn't look like he does stuff that looked really naturally attainable. This is the guy, by the way. Yeah, let's just go ahead and see. Do girls like muscles? I think Joe Fazer, though, is an example of a skinny guy who got jacked, as opposed to like a chubby guy who got lean, like me. All right, let's go. Let's start with this one. Do girls like muscles? Obviously, he's going to be asking girls in his videos, and the quality might be really bad because I'm literally just zooming in on the slide, but it won't let me go full screen. So,
why do you work out? For some people, it's simply to just be healthier. Others train just to get stronger, and many people do it purely for their mental health. What I'm trying to say is there's a lot of different reasons on why people go to the gym. However, without a doubt, the most common reason on why people work out is to look good. The reason why most people want to look good from going to the gym is most of the time to impress
I'm struggling to
girls.
crack my back.
But the question is,
yeah,
what body type do girls actually prefer? Well, me and my friend Nathaniel Messiah wanted to test this out by going into the public, going into the gyms and asking girls themselves. How this was going to work is we'd show girls a photo of 4 different male body types. Number 1 being a kind of dad bod. Number 2 being a muscular bodybuilder bod, which was actually Nathaniel. Number 3 being an athletic.
Is that a bodybuilder though?
Body, which this one was.
Yo,
me.
physique inflation is crazy. This video was made in like 2022, 2023. And hold on. It said this was bodybuilder build. Hold on. It said this was bodybuilder. This is like, yo, I see this on TikTok and I just scroll past. I don't even like their posts. Like, oh, that's physique inflation is crazy.
Bodybuilder bod, which was actually Nathaniel. Number 3 being an athletic, kind of in the middle.
Obviously,
body,
he's a better shape than
this
me.
one was me. And then number 4 being a more
skinny,
doesn't look like he's ever worked out body. The girls have to choose which body type they like the most and why. And then at the end of the day,
this must have been before he got super jacked, though, because I've definitely seen a picture of him where he's like huge, way bigger than I am. I think he's smaller than me in that picture.
And come to our final conclusion.
Like that.
Boys, before we go out,
He's leaner though.
What are the predictions?
I think he'll get the most votes.
Yeah, because
he's the middle point. Like, he's not too extreme. Like, he's in the middle.
Yeah, I feel like it could go either way, you know. And I feel like the dad bod could get a lot of votes.
I am confident here that the dad bod is going to get the most votes.
Really?
I'm confident.
Really?
Confident, yeah.
We'll see. Let's go.
So today what we're doing is we're asking girls what body type they prefer on a guy.
So we're going to show you 4 body types, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to tell us which one you prefer and why.
That one.
Number 3.
Yeah, number 3.
Why?
That one kind of freaks me out.
Freaks you out?
That one's too skinny.
Yeah.
I don't like body hair.
Okay, so we are joined with, what's your name?
Millie. Sasha. Oh, I don't really know. I don't really care about body type.
No, but if you did,
Obviously personality is the most important,
Personality's
but
key.
take that away.
Other than that,
Probably that one.
that one.
What's that one? 3?
Yeah, why that?
Yeah, I'd say 3.
Why 3?
Because it's not like too muscly, but it's not like this. It's like
So you guys don't
in
like
the
too
middle.
much muscle?
No, like too much.
Okay, so we're joined with
Beth.
In clothes though. In the clothes though.
I mean,
I forgot his name. I don't want to be rude. The bodybuilder guy or the black guy. In clothes though, he looks just like a normal dude.
Too much.
Okay, so we're joined with
Look at this.
Beth.
Ellen.
Helen.
Eve.
Eve.
I mean, I
I go for number 1.
Number 1.
It's just comfortable, innit? Yeah.
I'm 2. Just nice to look at, innit? 3. It's just not too much, but like it's still a bit of.
I think number 2 is valid.
All
I think the
completely
number 2
different
is
answers.
the only valid.
You know, whatever body type you have out there, there's gonna be a girl for you, so it's all good. It's all good.
But like, doesn't matter. I could go for.
That's true
any-
though.
yeah.
That's really that's mad encouraging.
Okay, so we're joined with
Rebecca.
Clara. Clara, nice to meet you guys.
None of them. None of them.
You know what? If you had to, you had to.
I like skinny, but that's kind of gross skinny. Maybe 3. Yeah, 3.
3.
Why?
2's too much.
Too much.
2's on steroids, and then
2's on steroids.
he's got kind of.
2 is not on steroids. That's 2. 2 looks skinny. Yo.
And then
What? 2's on steroids.
Why?
2's too much.
Too much.
2's on steroids.
That's 2. First of all, what a good thing. If you're not on steroids though, that's exactly what you want to hear. Every time someone tells me I'm juicing, which, you know, I say that, and this is really not a good angle or good lighting. But, matter of fact, I ain't heard it in a while. But, you know, no glaze. But, you know, that's a good thing. Especially if you're not on gear. If you're on gear, then obviously it's like kind of mid to here. But if you're natural and someone says you're on steroids, that's not a bad thing. Why are you playing that music, fool? Also, he looks normal. How? Hold on, let me see this picture again. They say that's too much. Hold on.
And then
Hold on. Let's go back and let's look at this picture of him shirtless. That's too much. I mean, he's got great arms. And he does have like extreme lats. He's got really great lats. He's got great arms. But
too much.
Too much.
2's on steroids, and then he's got kind of triangle boobs.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that.
okay, that's the insult. Yeah, that's valid. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so number
valid.
3 is what you guys chose.
That's-
Okay, so
that's
we're
valid
joined
for
with
the niece.
Amy, Sophie, Georgie,
They didn't have to say that.
Nice
last
to meet
one.
you guys.
3, because it's like not too much.
Not too much.
And it's not too little.
Not too little.
It's like perfect. I mean, I'm gonna say 3 as well, because
3
like
is perfect.
good
It's
body
just
type
skinny.
works out, but it's not too. Yeah, it's not too much. I didn't really know what else to say.
Is that just
I'm
me?
3, like the tan.
And he said that's him.
Yeah, I would probably say 3
I
as
was-
well. Nice shoulders and
I'm
not too
thinking
many
until
abs,
Fraser
so
was
it's just
when
like
he made this
natural.
But he does look
Girls
younger
are
than
really
me.
a fan of muscle. Like,
He
muscle
looks
is
like
yeah,
16
yeah,
years.
Too much.
Like, I feel like that looks
You
like
feel like that guy's on steroids?
Yeah, and he looks like this sort of boy who would like spend his whole life at the gym.
He has no personality
other than gym.
No personality.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go home and lose some muscle on purpose, bro. Because so far, I've been called an F boy. I said no personality.
No personality.
It's not going well, lad. It's not going
So introduce your names.
I'm Manuela Dion. I'm
Nah,
gonna go
that's-
for 3
3.
because it's not too
Crazy.
muscly,
Too muscly.
but then it's not too like
Not too skinny.
yeah.
I'd go for 3 as well.
I don't know. This might
reason.
sound
As a night
bad.
went on.
This might sound bad, and I could be wrong. But if he was white and had that same physique, would they be saying the same thing? I don't know.
We found a reoccurring answer.
Number 3.
Number 3.
I'll go for 3. I think I'm gonna go
Just
for 3
be
as
skinny.
well. Yeah, 3. I'm gonna have to say 3.
Number 3. Number 3. Number 3.
Too many people are picking physique number 3, so I feel like we
Which
need
is
to change
him.
up the photos because there could be other variables on why they're picking the photo.
Could be the body hair. Could be a lot of different factors.
So we're gonna have the same 4 types.
It could. Oh no! What happened? Oh, I'll go back. I'll find it. He said it could be the body hair. It could be a lot of different factors. It could be a lot of different factors. Yes, man. I don't want to be rude. They're gonna get a white guy to be the bodybuilder. He's gonna get way more votes, which is sad. But obviously they're not thinking like that. I bet that's what's gonna happen now. I bet that's what's gonna happen. He said it could be a lot of different factors. He didn't want to say it. The world was such a different place back in 22. You couldn't say You couldn't say
Too many people are picking
it could be
physique
skin
for
color.
free. So I feel like we need to change up the photos because there could be other variables on why they're picking the photo.
Could be the body hair, could be a lot of different factors.
So we're gonna have the same 4 types of bodies,
No,
but with just different
just saying.
photos.
At this point,
You
the
guys
dad
have
bod
the
had
same
1 vote
body
in
hair.
total. Bodybuilder had 2 votes in total. The athletic bod had 28 votes in total.
Is that an
and the
athletic
skinny
bod,
bod
though?
had 0 votes in total. So we changed the photos up. This was the before dad bod, and this was the new one. The bodybuilder bod.
Yeah,
changed
that's gonna
from
be
this
way
to
less
this.
votes, right?
The athletic bod from this.
Yeah, that's
to
getting way
this,
more
and the
votes.
skinny
That's
bod
getting
from
way more
this
votes
to
too.
this.
Okay, they just got pictures off the internet, which is what they should have done before, because I feel like this makes things, how they did things originally makes it personal. You know, I would just get pictures online anyways, but he clearly wanted to involve his friends.
First of all, can I get your name, please?
Emily. I feel like either the middle two, but not because of aesthetic reasons, but mainly motivation and athletic ability. That's attractive. So like, if you like put time and commitment into your body, that's fit.
You had to choose between those two.
No, but say if I went on a date with these 2 guys, and that guy made me laugh and that didn't, I'd rather shag the guy that made me laugh.
Cool. They both made you laugh. Well, now they both made you laugh.
Well, then,
made you laugh. They have the exact same
then more him
personality.
because I'm sporty and he'd be sporty. So
Yeah, I'm Neve.
Hannah. Eleanor. 4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just like a
Just
bit
skinny?
of lank. Just skinny and lanky. That's literally all.
Alright, that's all it
I'd like to
takes.
say in between
Is this the
3 and
method?
4. Yeah, that would be
like a
perfect.
In between 3 and 4. Alright, so just skinny.
If you really had to pick one, which would you say?
I'd say 4. Yeah.
I feel like that's not the answer
3
these
looks like it's
days.
too much maintenance.
While the answers were definitely starting to vary a bit with the new photos, the majority of people still said number 3, the athletic body.
probably 3.
So I'd probably go for that one.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Probably 3.
Number 3.
Yeah.
So by the end of the night, in 4th place, only getting 1 vote was number 1, the dad bod. In 3rd place, only getting 3
Yeah.
votes was the bodybuilder physique. Then in 2nd place, getting 4 votes was the skinny bod. And the winner by an absolute mile was number 3, the athletic bod, getting a total of 32 votes.
What's the moral of the story? They all got votes though. Doesn't matter who you are, there's a girl out there for you. Clock that, remember that.
Okay, so that is the end of the video. It's very late right now. 1 in the morning.
It's late right now, twin. It's late right now, full 10:30.
Final
Going to bed
verdict,
soon.
it's pretty clear.
It's pretty clear.
They like fit bods.
Fit
pretty
bods.
much.
Joe, you're pulling.
Did you predict the answers that we were going to get? Did you think that was going to happen?
I thought there was a good chance number 3 was gonna
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.
Cool.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button and maybe also consider subscribing.
British. What city was that? Was that London? I only know one British city. What's the other one? Liverpool? I don't know. There's a Christian influencer I follow on Instagram, and he makes like these really good videos, like these really aesthetic videos with like cinematography and everything. He's called Johan Biblical. Shout out. Great videos, great voiceovers, and he just moved out of his small town in England or a small town, like I think it was a small town actually. I think he moved to Liverpool, I think. Anyways, he made a whole video about that. Alright, asking girls what body type they prefer. I think this is at the beach.
My name's James. My name's Joe. My name's Jack.
Beach
My name's Callum.
Like he's way bigger in this. Joe's way bigger in this. Joe's yeah, and that in the last one he was borderline skinny. Same guy. It has to be a few years later.
My name's James. My name's Joe. My name's Jack.
Yeah,
My name's
way
Callum.
This is me and 3 of my closest friends.
Look at that. Now that's an athlete body. That's the athletic body.
To school together, and since then we've all gone down our own paths in life. Now the other day we all went on a lads' holiday to Zante, and upon arriving, I realised we all have such different body types. First there's Callum, a guy who goes uni and just enjoys his life. Then we have James, someone who goes gym a bit, but I quote, I just like food too much. Next we have Jack. Again, he hits gym from time to time, but doesn't take it too seriously. And finally there's me, Joe, a pretty sad fuck whose life evolves around the gym. We had the 4 different body types, so we decided that night.
You notice how he's like, this guy, he just goes to uni and enjoys life. This guy goes to the gym, but he just loves too much food. This guy hits the gym a little, but just doesn't care that. And my life is so sad, but my entire life revolves around the gym. But he looks the best. But he looks the best. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm about this big now. He's just a lot leaner than me. All right, let's go.
Types. So we decided that night we would go out into Zante Strip and ask girls which they preferred and why.
Okay, predictions tonight. Who's getting the most votes, do you think?
I think Jack. I think Joe. I think you're a little bit for girls.
Yeah,
you're a bit
too
big.
I think Joe will. I think Jack. I think Jack's gonna get the most votes.
We had our predictions, and now there was nothing
It's
more
possible.
to do than find out.
I think Joe's getting the most votes. Because he's not too big. He's still smaller than the
So today
black
we're
guy in the
asking
last
girls
video.
in Zante, what body type do you prefer on a guy? Okay, so we've got 4 different bodies, and you say which one you prefer, physical attraction wise, and why.
I think 3.
So why number 3?
His shirt's completely unbuttoned in this, bro. They're gonna be able to, they're gonna know it's you. They're gonna know it's you. Is that the point? Do you care? I don't know.
A little bit. Can you go number 2?
Why number 2?
Fit.
Just
I don't
fit.
know. 3. 3. Yeah.
3.
Number 2 for me.
Probably 3 as well.
Number 3. Number 3 as well.
Number 3.
Number 2.
I say number 2. I love a bit of dad bod.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a little bit to cuddle.
3 or 1?
At this point, I'd interviewed about 15 people.
3
the
or
answers
1.
varied, but the majority was going to Jack, aka number 3. But not one single soul had even considered my body. Maybe it was just bad luck, so I had to ask some more people. You gotta say which one you prefer and why.
Number 3.
Number 3.
And then it's
For you,
self-conscious.
instantly number 3.
Number 4 is a bit too.
It scares me. Definitely on steroids. That's it.
Maybe it wasn't.
Definitely
just
on
bad luck.
steroids.
1. Number 2, dad bod.
Is this scripted?
3.
Number 1, the Shanghai.
This isn't
the Royal
scripted, right?
Whitney's on them.
Didn't understand a word she just said, but
Definitely on. He's not definitely on steroids.
Your ego is so high right now. So high.
So, we've been doing this for about an hour. I have not got one vote. Everyone has got a vote apart from me.
I'm a happy man.
You were happy?
I can enjoy Zante.
At this point, it had been about 30 people, and not a single one had said my body. It can't have been a coincidence at this point. I needed to ask why. And none of you have said number 4.
That's hard to sleep on. Yeah, that's really bad.
I would feel too insecure to be with someone like that.
You'd be insecure, maybe.
You want to cuddle at night. You don't want to be cuddling hard. You want to be cuddling a little bit soft.
You want to be cuddling number 2?
Yeah.
I'm actually number 4. Do I look like I'm on steroids?
No, you don't. Okay, sorry. That's really bad. You're
Oh.
That's a compliment.
I'm just like anyone that looks like they're about
So yeah, this is the difference between ideology and actuality. This is the difference between on paper and in real life. Like, yeah. Oh, I wouldn't want a guy who's that muscular. Oh, it's you. Oh, you're actually really good. You're actually very good looking, very handsome. You're actually very handsome. Yeah, you're actually like tall and have like great hair. Yeah.
like anyone that's a bit too skinny to live.
I then showed this girl a photo of me when I first started working out, in which she said she preferred that body to my current one.
What?
I didn't think I was getting a vote that night, but I decided to do
Nah.
one final interview. So we've got 4 bodies. Which one do you prefer and why?
4.
4?
3.
There we go. There we
I
go.
finally got a vote. Okay, you are the first person to say
She's
number
got
4.
sense.
Muscle turns me on.
In the end, we interviewed
There we
36
go.
people. In last place was me with 1 vote. Second to last place was Callum with 4 votes. Second place was James with 6 votes. And by a long shot in first place was Jack with 25 votes.
25.
So, boys, tonight, did
That
the
is the
answers
vast
shock
majority
you?
of the
yes
votes.
Or no?
Yeah, I thought you'd get more. I thought you'd get more votes.
You can drink.
Yeah, drown your sorrows.
You can drink.
So, no, if I drink, I'll get more girls because apparently they like
bigger bellies.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button and maybe also consider subscribing. And
So
lastly,
these
if you
videos
get any
used to hit.
supplements like protein powder, creatine, pre-workout, head over to my protein, which is the first link in the description. Use my code Joe at checkout, which will save
Yo, I
you
should get a
37%
sponsor.
off your entire order.
I should get a
It's the cheapest
sponsor.
way to get
If I get
supplements, and it also
abs,
helps.
when I get abs, I'm reaching out to every supplement company to sponsor these streams, man. I'm getting a clothing sponsor and I'm getting a freaking supplement sponsor. Mark my words, it's gonna happen. And then I'm gonna get other sponsors too for freaking to pay me for my stream. All right, episode 2. It's gonna be a part 2 because I found so many videos on this topic. This one is from a small YouTube channel that I don't know. It looks really well put together. Let's just check it out.
Talk about it.
I don't know. He might be full of. I don't know. He might be full of it. He might be the next Einstein. Who knows? And then we got Jesse James West. You know, he's got about 10 million subscribers on YouTube, and yeah, he's got a lot of similar videos than Joe Fazer had today. But yeah, that's gonna be episode 2 on fitness. I'm gonna call the stream for tonight. I went live twice today, which is one more than usual, so I'm very happy with the results that I got today, as far as what I got out of myself. Big news. First streaming highlight video is supposed to be dropping tomorrow by Enchanted Arrow, who did type in the chat towards the beginning of the stream. Shout out to him. Got a killer thumbnail, and I'm sure the video is good too. Yeah, I hope y'all have a blessed one. I'm about to end stream. Y'all have a blessed one.